Tom, I always ask this question because I know every single person that I've talked to, sometimes they'll have similar answers. Sometimes they'll just throw one and completely out in left field, and I'll learn something from them. So I do like to learn, and I obviously we're called the London, Ontario Real Estate Podcast because we're all based in the London area. So I'm curious on, do you have any suggestions of cool places that people listening to the podcast should be checking out in London? Maybe you can give me a top few list. You don't have to pick an absolute favorite here, Tom. I'm just looking for some nice suggestions. I hope no one gets offended when I name top few lists. It's not a top list. It's just a Phil's favorite list, and I'm curious on what your thoughts are, Tom.
Sure. So I've thought about this since we've been talking, and I knew you were going to ask me this, and I think the obvious answer is, once again, Forked River. We're both a little biased on that, but I really do believe that it has the best beer in the city, the best atmosphere, the best taproom staff, the best food. I honestly think it's great. I've been to every other brewery in town. The other breweries are good too, but nothing beats Forked River. But aside from that, I will give a shout out to the Holy Diver downtown. I think that's a great little spot. We've actually, last year, we did a little event there as well. And so that's a cool, hip, happening spot downtown. I want to give a shout out to Chelsea at BV Cleaning, who's another local independent business owner who does great work. And she's also celebrating her first full year in business. And then just recently, I've discovered this great bakery on Egerton called Nova Era. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Huge fan.
It's
huge
fantastic.
Fan.
It's fantastic. Their coffee's great. Their croissants are huge, and go check it out. So those are my recommendations for local places.
Nova Era that's a beautiful place, and you can actually sit in there. They have like table service now too, so you can go in the one side of it and just like. I had coffee with another real estate agent there the other day, and it was amazing. Great coffee, but also amazing baked goods and food and everything. And it's funny because this is why I have people that are my friends already on the podcast that run businesses, is because Holy Diver, we were literally just chatting about that. Emily and I were literally just chatting about that yesterday. And we went there, I don't know, a couple months ago, and I had never been there before. And I was like, this is like the coolest place on earth. Like, it's just like the really neat atmosphere to be able to kind of go out and, have a drink and then also get some cool food and everything. And that's not to say that Forked River isn't also an amazing place to do all those things too. They're just very different. So that's funny you mentioned that, because like last night at like 9:00, we were talking about that, and we were saying we got to get back to there. So I just have clients that are closing on a house today, and we were talking about we got to go celebrate. So I think I might have to take them there if they'll are willing to be a little punk rock with me.
Yeah,
it's definitely got a bit of that. Yeah, it's got a bit of that feel.
It's great. Yeah, it makes me feel young again, right?
It does. It makes me feel like I'm at like a way cooler version of Call the Office that I never like, because like we were talking about that on a previous episode about how Call the Office and like a lot of the music venues are not really there anymore, and it's a little sad. But apparently they were saying they have bands there too, which I thought was really it's a very small stage, and I was like, that's crazy, but that is also very punk rock of them to just kind of add all that in there.
Yeah, the folks at Holy Diver are doing a great job keeping punk rock alive here in this city, so kudos to them for that.